and the EU Parliament in Brussels several times to lobby for justice, truth and accountability for Tamils through an independent international investigation. I give you the Right Honourable Sir Ed Davey. Thank you.
Vanakkam. Thank you so much for inviting us all tonight to celebrate Thaipongal with you. Unfortunately, I'm going to miss some of the dancing and some of the celebrations. But as this is my second Thaipongal in 2 days, I'm particularly lucky. Obviously, it is an event of celebration, celebrating the harvest, and I would like to think the amazing contribution of the British Tamil community to the UK. And whether it's in the health service, whether it's in other aspects of the public sector, in business, the amazing work done by British Tamils is something we should celebrate as we think about the harvest and all the great things that benefit us. But I'm also conscious at an event like this, particularly organised by the British Tamil Forum, it is important to remember what's happening in Sri Lanka. As we all know, over many decades, the persecution, torture of the Tamil people and the lack of self-determination, lack of rights has been appalling, and it has rightly been described, certainly with the events in 2009, as genocidal. And therefore it's a very serious issue that we have to remember and recall. And when we think about what's happening in Sri Lanka today, with the incredible economic instability and the hardship felt not just by Tamil people, but by Sinhalese, by Muslim people, by everyone on the island of Sri Lanka, because of the appalling corruption, the overspending on defence, the unfunded tax cuts, the appalling behaviour of the Sri Lankan government that's brought hardship to so many. We really need to think of those people as we celebrate here in London. And while there is news that President Ranil Wickremesinghe is talking to the leaders of the Tamils in Sri Lanka, that is good news. Nevertheless, having witnessed such initiatives in the past, not least by President Ranil Wickremesinghe over nearly 20 years ago, after the Norwegian initiative, I totally understand how many Tamil people are sceptical and suspicious of the motives and approach of the current Colombo government. And that is why I want to support, on behalf of the Liberal Democrats, the call, which I hope will be a growing call, for international arbitration in those talks, whether it's from the United States, from the EU, from the UK, from India, or hopefully more broadly, to make sure those talks are in good faith and actually represent the rights that Tamil people so richly deserve. I think there needs to be international arbitration of those talks, and I think it's really important we send that message loud and strong. We also need to make sure the international pressure on the Sri Lankan government to actually deliver on the human rights and justice for Tamil people is increased. And I'd like to pay tribute to the Canadian government, who recently passed sanctions against former President Gotabaya Rajapaksa and former President Mahinda Rajapaksa. I have in the House of Commons called for an international arrest warrant to these presidents. Their corruption was outrageous, and I think every community on the island of Sri Lanka now recognises that. So I hope that here in the UK Parliament and the UK government, we can now follow the lead of Canada and sanction these outrageous individuals who've done so much damage to everyone on the island of Sri Lanka. But let me end my brief remarks by again thanking the British Tamil Forum for helping with the APPG, for helping all of us of all parties with the work that we wish to do to support Tamil people here in Britain, the wider Tamil diaspora, and of course Tamils back in Sri Lanka. Let me end by saying Nandri Vanakkam and a happy Thaipongal Valtikar.